Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Ero F2. As you can see, today is the 5th round and it is going to be held around France. So always an interesting track because things like tire wear play a massive factor, like front tire temperatures, for example, play a massive factor in strategy. So it's going to be important, especially in the first phase of the first stint, to see who can manage that well enough. Those starting on the soft tires will probably find it fairly difficult in some ways, but again, it will be interesting to see how things pan out, and also in terms of the weather.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. I realised you stopped talking, but as he says, obviously, the mediums around this track is much better than the softs, since the softs die off, as he said, very, very quickly.
Yeah. Oh, is it
if you can't tell, look, he is watching the Premier League right now.
Yeah, as always. But yeah, so just in terms of going back to the race, I know. Oh, sugar! I almost dropped my phone. Oh my days, those reflexes were amazing. That was so close. Okay, yeah.
Well,
So
like Aaron Ramsdale.
exactly, like Aaron Ramsdale, the best keeper in the Barclays Premier League.
Oh God.
But anywho, back to the standings. So looking at the championship standings at the moment, obviously there's only 16 drafts. I think a few people will be joining us because some people unfortunately did not update their games through the week.
It's just Lex in the house.
Yeah, so unfortunately Yomir will not be starting in this race. He's actually the man in second place behind Aldridge, currently 8 points behind. I think Yomir currently 8 points behind Aldridge, who's probably overall been the quickest out there, but he actually hasn't won a race as of yet. So he is leading the championship, but is yet to win a race. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get his first race victory today, or if it will be somebody else on the grid. So Aldridge is currently leading the championship by 8 points. Unfortunately, Yome is not here, so he won't be able to close that gap. Then down in P3 and 4 is Ferret on 36 points, followed by Masiek on 33 points. So they'll want to get a race win to try and close that gap. Obviously, Ferret won last time out in Austria, which was a very, very good and consistent drive for him. So he'll want to be basically doing that again. So let me just get all of the stuff up, as this is a Ferrari. It's probably for 2 car. No, it's actually Ferret. So Ferret's going to be the first man to set any invalidations. And obviously, one thing I'm pretty sure that this track is fairly horrible in terms of track limits. What do you think about that, JJ?
Yeah, it is, especially because certain the corners are flat, so obviously you take the curb in too much and then you lose the lap completely.
Yeah, and for just my personal opinion, I think the worst corner on this game is actually turn 1 and 2.
It's because it tightens and it opens a little bit. It's really bad.
Yeah, and the camber of the corners all makes it so difficult. It's hard to spot the breaking point. So turn 1's always a tricky one for me personally. Hopefully, you won't be seeing that tomorrow. Are you commentating tomorrow on F1?
Yes.
Yeah, so hopefully not too much issue for me. Turn 1 there. Like, for example, Austria, I know I was watching the stream back the other day, and I think you were watching me on my lap, and I spun out on the penultimate corner. I was actually up by about 2.5 tenths. So hopefully we don't give nobody any commentators curse today, because I actually think commentators curse is a bit of a real thing. It happens quite a lot.
Let's not even start. Keane was saying stuff, and every single time someone had a mistake.
Yeah.
Like, he said, oh, he's having a good lap. Oh, he's invalidated. Like, Keane, just shut up. I thought he told him to shut up. Obviously, he was to keep jinxing it. But as you said, obviously Ferret and Kieran got their first podiums last week as well, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But Ferret obviously won the race after his penalty removal, and obviously Champ got P3.
Yeah, it was a very good result from Champ, actually. Obviously very late in the qualifying session, getting the lap on the board. So what we are doing at the moment, though, is following Ferret on board through that very tricky turn 1 left right. He's got a McLaren slightly up ahead of him. I'm not sure if that's Champ. Okay, yeah. So it is Champ. So hopefully he doesn't fall back too much. He should be okay. Ferret might try and steal the slipstream if Champ doesn't jump out of the way. It did look like a fairly clean first sector. 22-0 is pretty good. You might have lost the rear a little bit there, but he's dragging
No,
it through and Champ does get out of the way.
It looks like he was going to keep going there to stay ahead of him. But Emery's on mediums behind these guys, behind Ferret as well.
Yeah, I actually forgot to bring the tyres up. My apologies. You can see on the left-hand side quite a few drivers. I'm not sure what's happened with Mo. What's happened to Mo? He's not in the session anymore.
I think he's just retired.
Interesting. So maybe he's thinking probably just to start outside the top 10. I think out of the quite a few tracks actually is where it's better to start on medium tyres. This is definitely one of them because the front tyres overheat probably by lap 6. You won't really want to be on those soft tyres. So the people that start on the softs will be interested to see how far they push them and whether they choose to go for the hards or the mediums. But here's Ferret coming around the final corner and he's going to open DRS and blast to the line. So he's going to be, excuse me, the first driver to set a lap time here, and it is a 1:29.5.
Emery comes across the line and is only 1.3 behind on the mediums.
Interesting. So Emery are 1:30.8. This is a Ferrari off. I think he's just getting out of the way.
Oh, Patuca on mediums are 1:30.4. So
and,
everyone is.
We're currently following Jesper through the final corner. I believe there's a Red Bull up ahead.
Coin. And takes pole by a 10th.
Yep, and here comes Jesper, who's going to go P3 on a 30.1, so he'll want to improve on his lap time there.
Jericho's come to the line now and takes pole now, going even quicker.
Yeah, so, I think the pole time will probably be in the 28, I'd say.
Yeah, you never know with these guys. Next car will be Murphy in the McLaren. His fuel light's on, so he's got very light, it looks like. Comes to the line now, DRS activated. Where will his time be? Comes to the line now, and it's P5. Only 3 thousandths behind Jesper. And who's that kind of guy? Is that?
Nakala.
1-2. Yeah, goes P8 on mediums. I'm curious about Algorithm, what he's going to do.
And also Champ's coming through the last couple corners. He's coming around the final corner on the soft tyres, so he's very clean through the final corner. Good traction there, and it's always funny because it's such a long wait before you get across the line. So Champ goes P4 on a 29.7. I don't believe Aldridge actually had his lap. I saw him backing out there.
Yes. No, Aldridge has kept going, so he's going to come to the line now.
Is he slowing down, or is the game?
Yeah, he's backed out. Yeah, he upshifted a lot, but
wait.
Yeah, what? Oh, yeah. On my view, it looks like he upshifted 8 very quickly.
Yeah, maybe I'm not sure if he's sandbagging a little bit there.
Oh, he's trying to do quicker on the mediums.
If he can go quicker than that on the mediums, then he should be in F1.
Probably, but no one else is on laps. I think. I lost some Bios. Obviously, he's just joined late. I've remembered. So he is thankfully not going to break the lobby wall. But he's Nikita Mazepin, so he's going to have fun.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's actually got a number 9 and everything, yeah. Speaking of you, what's your view on the ongoing situation of the Haas team?
Boy, well, I don't know. In terms of Mazepin himself, I think the difficulty obviously is that his I'm not sure about his father's relationship with Putin or whatever, but it'd be a shame for him to lose his seat, obviously based on that, because obviously he's not directly involved in things like that. But at the end of the day, politics is so whatever happens, it's unfortunate either way for him himself. In terms of the sponsor, I don't really know too much about that, but obviously just the driver. As I believe somebody's just gone across the line. Was that Miguel? Yes, Miguel. Yes. So he went P8.
He went back to back. I think he invalidated his first up, so he got. And Libanal going back to back as well. P6.
Yeah, if you can abort early enough, you can go back to back. Obviously, I don't think that's something you want to do because the tire wear and the tire temperatures are so high.
Bios comes to the line now. P12.
What did Rodri do? Wait, what did Rodri do?
Massiak comes to the line now on mediums. What will his time be? Comes to the line now. P14 and one. Oh wow! Jesus, wet. P2 gets out of the way.
Coming around the final sector.
I can never say his name.
Yeah, Lakala, he's 6 tenths down though, so I'm probably coming into the pits.
Yeah.
to abort his lap. A few Mercedes currently out on track. Jericho, both Ferraris also.
Eat My Dust is coming to the line now. On the mediums. Right, comes to the line now. What will this time be on the
Welcome to La France. It's coming home. DNF King is coming home. Wow.
Oh, I said Eat My Dust was P12 on the mediums.
Yeah, so 13.1. I think with 17 drivers, I think you definitely don't want to be in the top 10.
oh, wow. All right. I've just read something which I'm shocked at.
Zeus F1, how you doing? You alright?
Roman Abramovich has handed over Chelsea stewardship.
Yeah, I saw that whilst I was watching the City game.
That's interesting to say the least. I didn't expect him to actually do that, but fair.
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay. As I've said, this Agrin is picking the mediums, so he could go out in the mediums and try and better his time. But that would be a huge task if he could do that. And he has gone out on track on mediums also. Champs on fresh softs, Ferrets on fresh softs, along with Jesper and Murphy. Mattia goes P10 with back-to-back laps on mediums. Batuka's on new softs. Embre's on the softs now, but he's right behind Jericho. That's going to hurt his lap now. So the Mercedes are way too close to do a lap together. I'm going to stick on board with Jericho since he's going to be leading Merc, unless these two are going to do a switch move and let each other by. But I don't think they're going to, as Jericho's pulled away in the first two corners. Ferrets has started his lap, but he's invalidated, so he will not back out, try to see if his ERS to go for another. But I'm curious what Jericho and Emre are going to do, since these two are literally very close to each other on track. So Emre's going to get a little slipstream off his team ahead of him. And it's just very slightly, because he's breaking the air for him. Alright, down into the... again, takes a very good amount of curb and then keeps it solid there, Jericho. A beautiful exit there as well. As he hits it in the second two line. He's currently nearly 2.5 tenths quicker up on his time. So he could get to the 29 in the 28th actually. Yellow flag, that's just the Alpha getting out of the way for the cars who are on laps. I'm going to stick aboard with Jericho until Loki gets back from whatever he's doing. Jericho's just got a few more corners to keep this going. And can he get into the 28th? Just 2 more corners to go for Jericho. And the Merc driver. One more, as Emery abandons his lap, he's gone to the pits. Jericho is going to come to the line now. What will his time be? He's improving, but about how much? Comes to the line now and goes to the 28 with a astounding lap of a 28.7. As time going, obviously he's now P2. Ferret balanced out. Agrit's on mediums. He's actually gone for the gamble. But can he better his time? Is there, a huge slide coming out of the hairpin. I'm going to stick, I think it's Champ, who's invalidated. Alright, Jesper, and it's invalidated. Murphy comes to the line now, and stays P10. So yeah, as by Loki said, this track's very bad for invalidations. As proven by all the guys. Agrit's not going to be improving, he has to be backing out now. Yeah, he has backed out. So he's probably going for another lap. But literally, everyone's going to be pushing hard to catch Jericho's time. That's an astounding time on a British driver. To be nearly 8 tenths quicker. And he's run out of fuel as well, it looks like. But nothing else has changed yet. All the guys are going for... have saved their tyres, saved ERS and gone for another lap, like Adam and Kieran. Oh, Kieran was a bit wide at turn 1. And yes, he's invalidated again, so Kieran will not fit a lap again. We'll jump on board Adam, who's only 2 tenths behind Kieran. He could get a jump in here with a good lap here. The car ahead of him is Jesper, who's also going for back-to-back laps. As Jesper gets out the way, it looks like. Oh, Lucky. So you missed Jericho's beautiful lap. Look at it.
No, I was watching it on board. I was following it. I was.
Fair dude. Well, it's a big any driver to get anywhere near that at this point.
So who's that? That's just gone past Jesper. Is it Libana?
Yeah, Libana. He's just on a lap. He went purple in seconds, so he's improving his time. Kieran invalidated. Ferret's gone in the pits. Agris span out a bit on his mediums. So not many changes yet. But let's see if Adams comes to the line now. Can he improve from P7?
Yeah, lost out a little bit final corner, clipping the inside curb and getting a bit of wheel spin.
No!
He goes P2. Wow, so he actually could have gone a little bit quicker. He lost a bit of time in the final corner, but a very impressive lap from Libernau. Who else is on the lap? There's a few cars coming through the final sector. Bios is up by 2 tenths. And he takes that penultimate corner very, very nicely. He doesn't go down to gear 1, but short shifts up to 3, a little bit out of shape on the exit. And again, now all the way down to the straight. Where's it going to put him? It's not going to be too competitive. He stays
31.4. Yeah. But that's a real
outlap.
I'm sure this will be Adams' first front row if he can keep this going.
Yes. Who else is on the lap? No, I don't think anybody else on the lap. Captain Emre just started, so we'll follow Captain Emre round. So the second Mercedes driver, his teammate, currently on provisional pole with a 128.7. Very impressive lap from Jericho. It's going to take some beating. Be interested to see what Aldridge does. He's still in the pits after really slowing down, it seemed, at least on his fastest lap time.
I think that's the car around. I feel.
Yeah, I think it's I'm not sure, Alpine Williams. I can't tell the difference. That looked very, very smooth there from Captain Emre. Good traction as well. So this could be a good lap for the Mercedes, but still a very, very long way in the lap to go. The very tricky final sector to negotiate. He's up by 7 tenths and a 49.6 as he came across the middle sector line. So this could be a very good lap. There's a car up ahead. I believe it's a Haas. Hopefully he stays well and truly out the way. That looked very, very nice there from Captain Emre. He's going to take a little bit of the outside track and hooks it up nicely. Short shifts up to 4, gets the power down, and now only 2 corners to go. Can he hook it together? This could be a very, very good lap, and potentially it could be a front row lockout for both the Mercedes. He gets a little bit deep and he's going to lose a bit of time on the exit there, but nonetheless, we're about to see what lap time it's about to be. Is it going to be good enough for the front row? No, he goes P6. So a big improvement, 1.2 seconds, but not enough to trouble the front row.
Ferret's on the lap now. He's gone purple in second.
Yep, so literally as we've jumped on board to Ferret there, as JJ's has pointed out, he goes down to gear 1 as Masiek goes P3, and Ferret is about to come across the line. He improves slightly in the middle sector, but is it enough for the front row? No, it's not, but P3.
Yeah, I didn't even notice Masiek was on a lap on softs. Jesus.
I think, a few people on out laps. We've got Miguel here. Is there? I believe there's a Red Bull also a bit. No, that's Toyn Coin is on the outlap. So we'll follow Miguel, see what, and it's a 49.8 middle sector. So this could put him anywhere from P7 upwards. So we'll see what he can do in the final sector. There's a Mercedes stopped in the middle sector, I believe, just jumping out of the way.
Yeah, he's letting cars pass before the hairpin.
Yep, and almost getting it looked very close for Miguel, almost getting a bit out of shape there, but there's a big cluster of cars in the middle sector at the moment. Hopefully no damage is caused, as it looks like they are.
Oh, they went 3 wide for a second, I'll say that.
Yeah, but still, Miguel gets decent traction at the final corner. Is it going to be? It looks like it's going to be a 29, but a 20, and what's 29.7? He goes P10. Champ currently in P11. He probably wouldn't mind staying in P11. But
the golden P11.
Literally. P11 is probably the best, unless you're in the top 5. I'd say P11 is probably the best place to start.
Toyn Coin and Patuku have just started laps.
Yep, we're on board with Toyn Coin. So it'll be interesting to also see what type of wing levels people are running, because I think you can kind of go with a few
a bit of both
directions. Yeah.
Masiek's retired from P4.
Yeah, I don't think he would have got another lap in.
Toyn Coin invalidated.
Oh, he did actually, yeah. So that's a shame. We were actually riding on board with Toyn Coin. Unfortunately for me, invalidates. I don't think anybody else is actually on a. Patuka's on a lap behind him. He actually improved by 2 tenths in the first sector, and he's up by 4 tenths now. So he's looking to put himself on the front row. Obviously, Libernau with the 29.2. Libernau's just started his final lap. He's got a McLaren up ahead of him on the track. He's got 2 McLarens up ahead of him on track. As Ferret retires, I believe in the pits, as his session is over, he will start no higher than P3, but we stay on board with his teammate Patuco. He's only got a few corners to negotiate. It could be a very, very good qualifying for him and his teammate. Can he put his car there or thereabouts on the front 2 rows? A very, very nice final corner. He's going to open the DRS and he's going to blast to the line. But what's it going to be for Ferret? Is it going to be top 2? Yes, it is. He gets onto the front row. Libernau's currently on the lap. He's a man that could deny him, but I think what we want to see is Aldridge, who really did slow down on his last lap. He's improved by 2 tenths in the middle sector. It's a purple middle sector, and obviously very long way to go at the moment. There's a few cars currently on lap, so the order could change quite drastically in the last few minutes of this session as Aldridge hooks out very, very nicely. It shifts down to 2 even. Wow, short shifts up to 3 and then 4. I don't often see gear 2 there, but let's see what it's going to do for the Williams driver. Can he put himself on provisional pole? It looked like he got a bit of front locking there under braking. He's going to hook that up very, very nicely. Short shifts up to 4, gets the car straightened out. DRS now straight down to the line. Is it going to be pole position for Aldridge? No, it's not, but he gets onto the front row. So we look at Libernau, who's lost some time in the middle sector, so I don't think it'll be enough for him to improve. I know it's not. He backs off before the line.
As Champ still P3.
Oh, what? Wow. So again, Champ on the last lap. I literally didn't see that. On the last lap, Champ has done a good lap and put it on the second row of the grid. So well done to the McLaren driver. But it's Jericho Balgos who set the early benchmark of a 1 minute 28.7. He stayed in the pits and he got the job done. It's pole position for the Mercedes driver. And now I think we're just waiting for the session to time out.
It's just Murphy to get in the pits and we're done. And it goes Miguel, Murphy, Leclerc, Jasper, Watino, and Bios get free choice of tyres. Well, that's going to be an interesting race to say the least. It's meant to be a dry race as well, low-key.
Dry race.
Yeah, so obviously the strategy is going to be playing.
So Watino put out a poll, who's going to win today?
Debatable. No, I think, but as you said, Jericho gets pole position here today. Obviously holding it on, and only person who could challenge him was Agra, who's half a tenth behind him. And then Champ came out of nowhere yet again to snatch P3, but last it was pole. And then Patuka, Libernau, Ferret, Massiek, Toin Toin, Emery, and Eat My Dust all have to start on the softs. While Miguel, Murphy, I can never say that name properly. Lecala?
Yeah, Lecala,
Jesper,
yeah.
Watino, Bios, and MoHD get free choice of tyres. So let's see how the strategy plays out. As we've all said, we know the mediums are much better on this track. But let's just see, because apparently people are having a go at Man City because they should have been given a handball and a penalty, apparently, Everton's here. So what's your predictions for the podium then, if nothing happens like safety car?
To be honest, the likelihood of a safety car is very low, especially because of the changes to the safety car probability.
But remember what you said, basically. Oh yeah, literally, the commentator's curse definitely won't happen.
Yes, but safety car isn't necessarily commentator's curse because it could bless somebody in a tremendous way, so to say. But what I will say is, the barriers are quite far away around front. So unless something crazy happens, maybe on lap 1, then I think the likelihood of a safety car is probably very low. But I think in terms of the podium, I think somebody outside of the top 10 is going to make it onto the final step of the podium. I think Jericho Balgos and Aldridge will be there on the podium also. And in terms of the rest of the positions, I couldn't tell you. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see.
Because everyone's picking their fuel strategies and when to pit. And there's the red tyres everyone can see, and I think everyone outside of the top 10 is pitting mediums. No, I've just got some hard runners.
Yeah, I'm not actually going to have a quick look at that. Oh, wow.
So with T-Neil, Bios, and Murphy's all gone for hards. Only 3 guys have gone for mediums. Well, the hards are going to be pushing through the softs at the end. But obviously, as Loki said before at the start of the stream, turn 1 is going to be the most important corner here. since how turn 1 and 2 are so close together and how it tightens and opens. It's going to be awful if there's cars side by side.
Yeah, and it's very easy to lose the rear over the second or the curb. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. But obviously, as you can see, 4 drivers choosing to go for the hard tires, and I'm not actually completely surprised about that, because the soft tires will not last very long at all. I think the main thing will be obviously staying as close, maybe within 2-3 seconds in the first 5 laps, because then after that they will most certainly start to come back towards the soft tire runners, and that's actually giving me a bit of good information for my race tomorrow, because obviously in terms of the hards now, they'll be looking to go probably hard medium, because I don't think you actually want to use the soft tires around this track. They will only last about 5-6 laps or so before they start overheating. So a hard medium or medium hard, I think, is most definitely the best way to go. But the guys out front are going to hope that is not the case, because they are obviously on the soft tires. So Jericho, Balgos, Aldridge, and then Champ. Actually, I even forgot Champ would go up to P3. I think he's obviously got a very good shout for a podium in this race. But it will be interesting to see how it plays out. Obviously, in terms of strategy, you've got a very big mixture up and down the grid. And also, when it gets to about lap 5, you will most certainly see that the people that are harder on their tires will start to drop down the order like flies. So another thing to watch out for as the leaders are coming up to their grid boxes to take their slots on the grid. Jericho Balgos on pole position. It was only just over half a tenth separating him from Aldridge, with Champ on the late lap just over a tenth behind in the McLaren. And then you've got Ferraris in P4 and P6 with Libanal slap bang in between in P5. Masiek, who did a very good lap, also up in P7. Toincoin, Emery, and Eat My Dust all on the soft tires, as the final driver, Mo, is coming up to the back of his grid box. And hopefully we're not going to have any issues in terms of the start. I don't believe we are. There you go. We've got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights. It's 5 lights.
Oh,
and it's lights out, and away we go. And it looks like Aldridge's got a good start there. Yes, he's pulling up ahead of Jericho Balgos, and he's actually going around the outside. We'll watch it on board, Champ, to see what happens as they go through turn 1. And Jericho maintains it, as behind you can see the Ferrari of Ferry having to abort, and Masiek almost getting caught up in between them. You've got Champ right behind Aldridge. Had a little look up the inside, and he's going to have the inside line for the next corner. Is he going to take the position of the McLaren driver? Yes, he is. Aldridge has lost the position after a very, very good start. He's going to come under attack from the Aston Martin driver of Libanal. He might actually come back at Champ. You can see Jericho Balgos is skating away out in front. The gap now 9 tenths. Champ goes a little bit defensive on the inside, and Libanal's actually having a good run on Aldridge. They're going to go wheel to wheel down the back straight, and hopefully they're not going to make any contact. Libanal managing to keep it in bounds there. So some good racing going on as you've got Mo HD and Bios switching places in the background. You can see you've got quite a few cars following very, very closely at the moment.
Emery and Eman just side by side as Matinho spuns out.
Matinho didn't get a podium.
But Emery and Eman just were side by side. Eman just says, Masiek and Verrett in sector 3.
Yeah, I've literally followed. And Toincoin's clipped. And Ferris had to get out of the way. He's made 3 places there. Patuka and Toincoin, I think, making contact. And now you've got Eat My Dust alongside Miguel. He gets the position, as I thought somebody jumped into the pits there. Yep, Captain Emery jumping into the pits. I think he probably have some wing damage. Unfortunately for him, quite a few cars on their way into the pits.
All 3 of them have got on the internet, have all pitted. So obviously that's their, unfortunately, race ruined. But Champs, how is Jericho 2 seconds ahead?
Yeah, so Champ is the man. He's the cork in the bottle at the moment for Aldridge. He's going to have to get past as soon as possible, because Jericho Balgos is now 2 seconds out in front, and he's extending his lead by 2 tenths almost per sector. You can see 2.2 now. Very, very comfortable in that Mercedes at the moment. Libanal managing to hang on to those guys on the podium, so he'll be hoping for a good result. But you can see Jesper and Miguel currently P6 and 7 on the medium tyres, so they're looking at a very, very good result at the moment. You've got Mo HD and Lecala switching places in P11 and P10, so big battles going on up and down the field.
Oh, Toincoin literally trying to go for the outside there, but he's backed out of it, and he's made a mistake. Obviously he must not have got damaged somehow.
And Aldridge and Champ make contact, and Aldridge is round. I believe he might go into the barrier. He probably picked up damage. So Aldridge just having a little look up the inside of Champ there. Champ didn't leave him any room, and unfortunately, Aldridge is round, and I'm sure he'll have wing damage. He's dropping down like a stone. He's currently in P13 at the moment.
He doesn't have ring damage.
Oh,
unless he has very lime green damage, but on a view, it doesn't look like he's got anything.
Yeah, hopefully not. It will be a massive shame if he does. But Jericho Balgos has taken another 4 attempts out of Champ on this lap, or 5 attempts now. He's extending his lead massively. So it's looking like it could be a very comfortable afternoon, or evening rather, for Jericho Balgos, as you've got Ferret setting the fastest lap after what wasn't the best of starts, but he managed to pick up places behind the cars that made contact, and now he's looking to chase down Libernal and Champ.
But you've got to look at Ferret's ERS and compare to the 2 ahead of him, because speed is a lot equal to these 2. And obviously, the medium runners of Jesper and Miguel are going to start closing in eventually the next 4 or 5 laps. So obviously, it's all to play for still around here. As Adam looks to be... Is he going to look for a move on the inside? Oh, he does! But he's backed up. He's going for the undercut. Yeah, Adam is not letting this go. He might go for a move on Champ here. Oh, it's side by side with the contact with Algrid. And Champ's going to hold on the outside. But look at Ferret. He's all over Adam now.
Yeah, because... and he's going to go the inside. That's not going to work out. Oh, and he spun out. That's never a good idea. It's so risky to put your front wing up the inside there. As now Ferret, who was actually managing to recover very, very well from that start, is now down into P8, and his soft tires will be a lot hotter than he would like.
But Jess Miguel now P4 and P5 on mediums, remember?
Wow, so Jesper, in a few laps time, in about 3 laps time, Jesper and Miguel are really going to be the guys to watch. And you can see the gap out in front is now 4 seconds. Jericho Balgos is absolutely walking away with it at the moment, but still a very, very long way to go. Libernal, as you saw on the last lap, he actually had to back out. You heard him gear down from probably 8 to 7 to try and avoid contact with Champ there. Probably smart thinking. He's going to get the DRS, so Champ will surely be defenseless to the attack that the Aston Martin driver is about to mount on him as he goes wide.
That's the Williams drivers are battling as well for P11.
And whilst that's going on, you can see that Libernal is going to get his DRS wing open. Champ goes a little bit defensive, but he can't really defend that too much as Libernal gets the move and it's up into 2nd position.
Yeah, and the medium runners are 4.3 behind. As Miguel goes for the move, he's still the inside contact. Oh, and push it wide again. Oh, this is not going to help them here. As look, it's too wide behind. Oh, as side by side on this corner.
Just Miguel. Oh, they contact, big crash. No, they've kept it in. Oh, no, I think. And then Eat My Dust has been spun around and he can't hold that together.
Oh my God.
It's going from bad to worse. The guys who had a great chance at taking a podium in this race, Jesper and I can't see that. It was he just made contact there.
Miguel and Jesper. Miguel's P7, but he's got front wing damage, so he's pitting. Oh, he's not.
Yeah, no, I think he might have just managed to keep it out. Well, can you see he's got damage?
Well, I don't know why, but he looks like he's struggling.
He might have some slight damage there. Jesper gets a 5-second time penalty. He retires. He's giving up too early, man.
Well, Miku, good luck with your Stewart report.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're at lap 5. We've had probably about 4 or 5 incidents.
Yeah, it looks like Miguel's struggling.
Jericho's nearly 5 seconds ahead and we're only on lap 6. That is astounding.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I think the decision to make put safety car reduced probably isn't the best one. But either way, we'll talk about that later on as Miguel gets out of the way.
I didn't think it was MoHD is weaved very aggressively. But MoHD, I just realised, is on mediums in P4.
Yeah, so he started last. MoHD, the man in P4, he actually started in last place. He didn't set a lap in qualifying.
Oh, yeah, he retired straight away.
Yeah, and now he's actually in 4th position. So, unfortunately, the guys on the mediums, they did the wrong thing, battling it out. When really all they needed to do was keep it out there for a few more laps until they'd really have a massive advantage on all the guys on the softs, but you've still obviously got Lecala, Murphy, Bios, and Moutinho on the hot tires. Moutinho somehow has been played or has been brought back into play after, I believe, spinning out on the first lap.
Yep.
And it also looks like Toincoin is very close behind Ferret. I wonder when Mo HC is going to start pulling away from them. Champ isn't able to mount an attack on Libernal for second position.
Pitted.
As Murphy on the hard tires is coming for the pits. Has he got damage?
Oh, please don't say. I'm going to keep an eye on him. Comes to the pit now. Yes, he does. Oh
That's
my! This race, I think we've jinxed it. You saying that alternate strategy is stronger.
Well, to be honest, Mo is still in P4, and I think he's starting to catch Champ now at a rate of knots.
But let's just not jinx it, Loki, since you know how bad it is to use the time. Oh my god, he's going to take the lead. And he's out.
Whilst we say that, Lecala on the hards gets past Miguel on the mediums, and you can also see that the gap out in front, we've not really seen much of Jacob Algots. He's been using all of his DRS, so I think he might actually be in the pits this lap.
I think Miguel has. I think he has underbody damage, because why would he not pit? So I feel like he might have got damage from the side contact of Jesper's car. So that's why he's pissed.
Because side pod damage or floor damage is...
he's got damage. He's just lost 2 tenths in the flat right hander. So Miguel's got some sort of underbody damage. Because he's just lost 2 tenths.
Ferris in the pits, so is Toincoin. So the Ferrari and the Red Bull jumping into the pits on lap 6. So interested to see how quickly they can get up to Champ, who's actually struggling a little bit to stay in DRS with Libernal.
Hard for Toincoin and hard for Ferret.
Yeah, I think if you go lap 7, you got to put on the hards. It's definitely not a medium tire job whatsoever, because you will most likely get a puncture. But it'll be interesting to see, at least tomorrow, what people are thinking about in terms of strategy.
Tell that to your teammate.
You Sniper?
Sniper's crazy, remember?
Nah, he won't go for mediums.
As they're going to come ahead of... They're going to have Kumbatuka and Emery, obviously, who had contact and obviously go back. But as you said, Moore's cut the gap to 3.2 now. And
so I think we'll be interested to see if Champ pits on this lap.
Oh, Toincoin's a penalty now. First one of the day. Lap 7.
They'll probably start to come in thick and fast now, especially as they've probably racked up a few warnings at this point.
The cars we need to keep an eye on is the Kuka in P6 in the hards and More HD on the mediums in P4 now.
Yeah, also in terms of track position, so obviously Ferry and Toincoin did pit on the last lap. Champ is losing a lot of time. I would be surprised if he doesn't come in on this lap. Jericho. I think Jericho can probably extend it by about 3 laps.
Champ's not pitting.
He's going for the medium tires.
But he's got no DRS and Adam now. Adam's pulling away slowly from Kieran. But Mo HD's cut the gap by another second here in a lap. So the mediums are much... As proven, the mediums are much better now. The gap's been cut by a second already. Miguel and the... Let's see, I'm going to see whether... Ferret and Toincoin looking around the last corner now. And Agrid's not even in the pits yet. He's going to lose positions to these two. He's got mediums. That's going to be risky.
Interesting.
Look, he's writing this all down this diary for tomorrow. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm writing it in my brain actually, but
why do I feel the only thing I can remember is based that meme thing when Lewis said interesting tactics.
Oh, interesting tactics. Yeah, literally interesting tactics.
Eat my dust. Now gets a second penalty there. But where is? Oh, Agrid's lost a lot of positions from pitting a lap later. He's all the Massey X field.
Did he have a wing change?
Yes. No, actually, no, he didn't. Well, actually, let me check this quickly.
Yeah, I think he was about 5 seconds behind Ferry and Toincoin. So I don't think he's lost out too much in terms of...
he didn't have a front wing damage. Yeah, there was a 2.5 pit.
Yeah. So I think he was about 5 seconds behind. So obviously he had contact with Champ.
Look at Mo HD and Champ. Champ's gonna pit now. Yeah, but Mo HD was right on him for DRS.
Okay, so Champ was running in provisional P3. We'll watch to see what tires he goes on, but another thing we have to watch out for is where he comes out in regards to Ferret and Toincoin. So what
Hard.
we're going to do is we're going to stay on board with Ferret and Toincoin. Champ potentially extending that stint could be costly in terms of track position, as he's gone for the hard tires. He didn't manage to make it on the medium, so we'll have to watch and see if he comes out ahead of the Ferrari and the Red Bull. Is he out on the track yet?
Yes.
No, he's not. Now he's come out and he's going to be ahead.
Yep, so Champ's managed to keep ahead of these. Now he's going to get his meat hard into temperature and get going. He's got a 2.1 gap on Ferret, who's using a lot of ERS. But now I'm curious, what Jericho and Libernau are going to do?
I think Libernau will probably come into the pits on this lap. I don't see the point of staying out because he will lose the position. You can see he's using his ERS as well. The front right doesn't look particularly in good
Meanwhile, Martino's into P6 now on the hards. I mean P5, I mean, sorry.
Maybe he could get a podium.
Are you trying to jinx him deliberately now?
Nah, most definitely not. But obviously he's had a very good recovery drive up to now. Ferret gets a 3-second time penalty. Libernau's actually had fairly decent pace. I'm sure he'll be in the pits. So is Jericho. So Jericho's in the box, and I'm sure Libernau will follow him in.
Yeah, Jericho had to slow down because he was worried he's going to go over the speed limit. Here comes Adam. Yep. So Mo HD from last on the start is going to lead at lap 10. Well, that's a story and a half.
And if he's kept his tyres in enough, as you can see, Champ going very deep there. He's struggling, it seems. Must be lost about 3 tenths, 4 tenths.
Jericho's gone mediums as well.
Oh, gosh.
Adam's gone hard, so this is going to be interesting for strategy. But what is Champ going to do? Champ's coming to the start-finish line now. He might get ahead of Adam. Adam's coming out the pit lane now. Here comes Champ, but Adam's going to hold it.
And it looks like he might have actually... No, I think that mistake Champ made was a very big mistake he made in the final sector. Lost about 4 tenths of a second. You can see he's actually not even going to be in DRS. So that was a very costly error there from the McLaren driver, who, as Libernau maintains his provisional P or net P2 rather. And you can see there Miguel and Jericho. Yeah. Jericho's out on the new medium tires. So what he'll need to do is stretch his gap, flex those wings, and really pull off in the distance away from the hard tire runners, so that when his tires do inevitably fall off, he will have a big enough gap to maintain the lead. He's got Moutinho only 1.3 seconds up the road ahead of him, and then there's a 13-second gap between Lecala and the current race leader, the man who started in last place, Mo HD.
And Batuka and Toinkon are battling for P10. Batuka had a hold off for Toinkon, he went for a move there. But Toinkon's all over him. Is he going to make a move here? No, he's backed out. Because obviously, as proven, we've had 2 incidents already in this corner.
Yeah, very difficult corner to overtake. I think, I remember I had a battle with Vilzu in an all-star race around here. Very good battle. I think he got me around the outside of that corner. I think it's a lot easier to overtake around the outside and a lot less risky. Because the corner bottlenecks, essentially, so you really just don't want to be on the inside line. You'll find yourself in a whole heap of trouble.
Adam's losing time because Champ's caught up to DRS range now, if he can keep it up for the second DRS sector. But Adam has been catching Bios, he's on 10 lap old hard.
And you also see that Ferret is going to push for that DRS as well, because he's only just over a second behind, but he might get it. So let's actually follow Ferret on board and see if he can get a good enough exit, as Champ is going to get the DRS from Libernau. I'm
going to keep an eye on Martino because he's battling Jericho right now for P3.
Oh, Champ's got him shape.
No, as Jericho's taking P3 now, he's just trying to push away.
Sorry. So Champ got quite out of shape there on the exit, and what it's done is actually taken him out of the DRS range for Libernau, and it's put Ferret in his DRS. So a few costly errors for Champ so far in this race. As you can see, Libernau's actually coming up behind Bios, who's on the hard tyres. So Bios' tyres won't be too bad at the moment. Are they going to make contact? He backs out of it, but Bios gave him enough room, but he would have lost time there to Champ behind him in P8. He's got Ferret only half a second behind in the Ferrari.
I was going to say, that just helped Champ get back into DRS now. Remember, Ferret and Adam are now struggling for ERS. But look at Adam, he's crawled over Bios in the sector 3. Oh God! Adam nearly went in the back of him as well.
Yeah, I think he needs to get, but when he goes deep, he needs to get past him as soon as possible because at the moment, what this is doing is bringing everybody else into play at the moment.
Oh, Jericho's got around the outside of turn 1 and 6P2.
As Libernal's going wheel to wheel, I know he goes past a bias. You can see Ferret and Champ are going to go wheel to wheel into turn 1. Are they going to keep it clean? Yes, they do. They make a little bit of contact, but it should be okay.
No, Ferret, that was right on the edge, I'll say.
I think he might have just backed out there to give Champ the position, but Bios up ahead is struggling a bit more than these guys on their new hard tyres. So is this going to play a major role in this battle between the Ferrari and the McLaren? Ferret might get a better exit. He's straightened up the car a little bit better. He's got no ERS at all to play with. So Champ will probably be able to maintain this position at the moment. Is he going to be able to make a move on Bios though? Is he going to send it up the inside? No, he's not. And then Bios stops and he look. Champ's got damage. Champ's got wing damage, major wing damage. He's going to have to be into the pits. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused there, but Ferret's sticking right behind Champ. That's not a good idea.
Yeah, Champ won't be able to turn. Yeah.
So Champ's going for mediums to the end now, definitely.
Oh, I'm not sure what's happened there with Bios. It looked like he just stopped right in the middle of the apex. I think obviously struggling a bit more on his tyres. Must have got a little bit out of shape there.
I'm going to say one thing. Jericho hasn't caught up Mo HD. He's only gained 3/10 on him.
Yeah, that's why the medium strategy is a lot better. But you can see Libernal all over the back of the Alpine. This is developing into a very big battle in this race. And this could play into Mo HD's hands as Woutinho gets past Lecala down the straight. Woutinho now up into P3 as Libernal gets past Miguel with quite easily. And you can see Bios is really slow in the middle of the corners. Miguel is struggling quite a lot at the moment, and this is going to put Ferret right on the back of him. Is Ferret going to try and send it up the inside? He doesn't want to make the mistake Champ made and overshoot it mid-corner, but he needs to get past as quickly and as cleanly as possible because Libernal now got two cars in between himself and Ferret. As Bios and Miguel, you can see they're understeering. That will be tire temperatures on those fronts, but can Ferret make the move as quickly as possible? It looks like he's not got any ERS still, but he's going to have a little look up the inside, and hopefully Bios is not going to get. Bios plays it well, but Ferret might have actually got a little warning there. You can say they made a bit of contact, but he gets the move done.
Wait, hold on a minute. On my screen, there's no one in the Haas car.
Oh, he's just got the his balaclava.
Oh yeah, it looks like there was no one in the car there. But Jericho's only started gaining time on Mo HD now. So Mo HD could actually have a good chance for a podium, actually.
Yeah, certainly. When he comes into the pits, depending on what tyres he chooses, I think obviously you go for the hards, but maybe extend for about 4 or 5 more laps. Really get. You can see Miguel struggling massively. Yeah,
he's definitely got some sort of body damage. But Bios might have come back at this. He's gone wide of the cabin.
Ferret's out. Is that going to be a safety car? Is that going to be a safety car? It's a safety car.
Oh, Mo HD, he might actually go to Johns now.
So Mo HD now has got a very big chance of winning this race. You can see what happened there. So Ferret, so he went deep. Miguel went deep. And unfortunately went off the track. So I think Ferret was a bit startled by him rejoining, and unfortunately got a bit too greedy on the throttle, and he's put it in the barrier. He's out of this race, and now there's a safety car. Mo HD, who started in last position, is going to be able to get a free pit stop, and he's going to have the freshest hard tyres on the track.
Oh my word. But I'm curious what Jericho's going to do now. And obviously all the people behind him and hard runners as well. But they're going to probably
Jericho should pit.
I think Woutinho and Kala are going to pit as well. Wow. Now I'm curious, what's Adam going to do?
You know what? If I'm Jericho, I pit. If I'm Icon, I think everybody needs to pit even.
I know. Everyone needs to pit for that alternate strategy now.
Yeah, I think everybody should put the mediums on.
Oh, as Mo HD pits, yep. So he is definitely going hards. Jericho,
that's the thing. Mo has to go hards.
Yeah, but Mo HD, what is Jericho going to do? Is he going to pit, or is he going to keep
He's going
going?
are those the soft tires that I'm seeing with my eyes? Oh my god!
Jericho's pitting.
He didn't put the soft tires on.
Oh my! Jericho is going to be on for another pair of mediums. Woutinho on the mediums is. Oh my! I can't believe that.
He didn't put the softs on. No.
Yeah, there goes Jericho on fresh mediums with Tino and the kicker in the
Everybody's in
pit.
the
Yeah,
pits. Everybody's in.
yes, everyone's in the pit. So obviously, let's see all the pit tires coming on.
Twain Coin
Coutinho
stays out.
medium, Coutinho mediums, Lukaku
They'll
mediums.
all put the mediums on, 100%.
Apart from the guys who can't yet, because they've
Yeah,
been
oh
medium splits.
god, no. I think Mo. I think
Yeah.
he had to go for the hards. I think the softs is too big of a risk.
Yeah, so he's gonna have the pace advantage at the start, but he needs to wait unless Toincoin's not pitted for a reason. Is this the Red Bull master plan? But Jericho is now got a golden opportunity, but everyone behind him. Coutinho was the biggest benefit out of this.
This is
P4 on me.
interesting. This is very, very interesting.
Unless Mohit thinks he can take the softs to the end, all the safety car is going to last a few laps. But still, that's very, very aggressive. Even Sniper wouldn't do this. I know he's not stupid.
Well, it might not be stupid. We'll have to find out. Like you said, very, very aggressive. The Red Bulls are going to have to park the bus, in other terms, effectively out in front to keep behind everybody else. You've got one on a brand new soft tyres, and then you've got the other on used hard tyres. So they're going to have to play the team game. Mo HD cannot streak away and leave his teammate hanging out to dry, because everybody else is on a new set of medium tyres. You've got Miguel down in P11 on new softs.
Unless that's the alternative strategy. But this has brought Champ back, but Champ did not pit during that.
Yeah, he didn't have to. Obviously, he only just pit a lap or 2 laps before. So, he's been saved a bit.
It could have helped him, but I'm curious what the hell is going to happen with Mo HD. He's going to have probably one more lap of safety car, so we'll be going racing at lap 17. That means about 10 laps to go on softs. That's a bit risky, especially in the guys in the front only pitting on laps 7 and 8. But as said, the alternate strategy might not work, you never know. Well, this is going to be entertaining to the least, low-key.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's on the same tyres now, apart from MoHD, Toincoin, and Miguel. And this is going to show who's got the better pace and the better setup here. Oh, this is going to be entertaining. I can't bloody wait. Alright, so if you've just joined us, we're on lap 16. Look, safety car is currently out on track. We'll probably have this lap and that's it. MoHD went from last to first. He's pitted for softs, not the hards everyone else thought. Or me low key thought. Alright, but it's a Rebel 1-2 here right now.
Commentators curse strikes again.
Exactly, this is when Loki retires because he doesn't know how many curses he does.
Yeah, but quite a few, to be honest.
But I'm curious what's going to happen, because Coutinho has got a golden opportunity for a podium here.
That's so funny, because I said to him, are you going to get a podium? And he said, if it rains, he'll get a podium.
And it's not raining, and it's very cloudy, unless the weather decides to change last second and rains. Because the driver said it'll be full clear.
Okay, so the people so people watching, so what are your predictions for the finish of this race? Obviously, I'll bring up the position change. You can see that Mo HD and Safety car is coming on this lap. You can see that Mo HD he started the race last. Coutinho started in P15. You've got Champ who started up in P3 down in P13. So there's quite a big mixture on the grid. Libanal's only lost one position from his starting place. He'll want to get back what he had earlier on, as he was actually running in P2. But the interesting phase of this race, this is giving me China vibes all over again. Mo HD is going to have to take these soft tyres to the end of the race. He's got his teammate separating himself and Jericho Balgos on the medium tyres. Jericho was the one that was comfortably out in front on those soft tyres, so it's going to have to be essentially a Red Bull masterclass to pull off this race victory. With 11 laps to go, you've got the drivers weaving to create temperature. And when is Mo going to go? Yep, you almost drove into the back of Toincoin there.
Is Toincoin backing off on purpose?
Is he gonna? He's still not going. They've touched a little bit.
Jericho's overtook him. Oh, I know.
Oh, they've got.
Oh, the Mohawk hasn't gone yet. What is he doing? And he's gone
you can see they're all looking behind. They're all queuing. They're all waiting for the leader to go. He's gone very, very late, and that's giving a few opportunities. There's somebody gone up the inside. The Williams is having a look up the inside of Moutinho. They managed to not make contact.
Patuca gets past Agric. He's battling Miguel now on the side.
As there's yellow flags, there's a McLaren slowing down.
Oh, Patuca and Agric did have contact.
And Captain Emre's had to abort off the track at the moment. Mohawks, then them Alpines are going side by side. No, the Alpine and the Williams, rather. Aldridge gets past, Miguel gets past Aldridge, apologies. Obviously, Miguel's on the soft tyres, so he's going to be very, very quick in the next few laps. So it'll be interesting to see how many positions he can pick up. You've got Bios in the Haas, very close behind Libena. The moment it's settled down a bit, the gap out in front now is 1.4 seconds, and Jericho Balgos has got past Toincoin. So that's a very, very crucial point in this race. There's yellow flags. Aldridge.
Yeah, so that's not going well for the championship leader. But Miguel has got overtaken by Massiek now, so his tyres, unless he's got
damage.
Oh no!
Yeah,
so everyone's going to be on mediums unless he goes aggressive again. But Jericho is 1.5 behind OHD, who is just staying ahead.
But what we have got is Moutinho now following Toincoin very closely. He's obviously on the hard tyres. So how aggressive is Moutinho going to go for this third position? He's got Lecala only half a second behind him. So if he wants to get past, he's going to have to do it quickly.
And Adam, obviously. Adam, who was obviously on the route for a goal there. Mo HD is taking the fastest lap now. Moutinho is going to the outside of turn 1. Oh, he's pushed a bit there, but Toincoin just squeezed him off track. Obviously not in the bad way. Oh, there's loads of debris in turn 2.
What's happened there?
Miguel's retired in pits. Everyone else is
both McLaren's in the pits.
Moutinho is all over Toincoin here. But this could help the car obviously, because Moutinho's getting held up. Miguel leaves the session. No DRS yet. What is Toincoin going to do? Is he going to hold the fence still? Jericho is now 2 seconds behind Mo HD. Oh, this is going to be... Oh, Moutinho goes late on the brakes. Just has to back out. Yeah, Moutinho is on form right now to get a podium. If he can keep this going. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen now. Because there's a huge train behind Toincoin now. And I don't even know who's going to get the podium. Because you never know what's going to happen. DRS is going to be enabled this lap. Jericho's 2.3 behind now with HD. But remember, the softs are going to die off much quicker than the mediums. Moutinho just can't get past Toincoin yet, so he's going to wait for DRS. Oh, my throat kills. Alright, let's stick to Moutinho. HD goes even faster now. No DRS till the backstretch, but Moutinho might look for a move here at turn 1 without no DRS. And no, he just can't do it. Toincoin shuts the door on him. So, do you think anything's going to happen now, Lucky, with another 8 laps to go?
What I would say is that Mo HD, the gap isn't enough. If he wants to maintain the lead, you have to get it to around 5 seconds. But I think Jericho Balgos has got a bit too much pace for that. So we'll probably be seeing the Mercedes on the top step. But who's going to occupy the third step of the podium? We're about to find out. Toincoin goes very defensive. It was quite a late move there, and they made a little bit of contact. Toincoin really trying to squeeze him. He's got no ERS left on the hard tyres, and Moutinho is through. And this could bring an opportunity for Lecala, who's currently obviously in P5 on the mediums. I wonder how much Toincoin can stay in there, because obviously if he maybe gets to about lap 24, his tyres will feel a lot better than they probably feel now compared to those guys on the new mediums. You've also got Bios only a 10th behind Massick. Is he going to sniff a little opportunity up the inside? Fortunately, he doesn't, as that would not have ended well. Aldridge and Champ are battling, and it's a very easy move for Aldridge down the straight with the DRS wide open on those new soft tyres. It's not been a very, very good race for the championship leader whatsoever. He is very, very far away from scoring points, so he'll need another safety car to have any chances. You've got Emre and Bios making contact. They they touched wheels a bit there, but fortunately Emery managed to stay on track, and he's actually going to get, or they both got DRS, so they're going to battle down into turn 1. Does the Haas have enough speed? No, he doesn't.
Yeah, but I'm curious what's going to happen now, because Toincoin's holding up these two guys behind them now, and obviously Coutinho is going to use this chance to start slowly inching away to seal this podium for today's race. But Jericho's now 3.2 behind now, but this is when the softs are going to start dying off now, and Moore's still got 7 laps or 6.5 laps to go.
I think we saw something very similar in F1. I think it was last season with Trasmike. He went for the soft tyres.
Because he put a bit in the safety car came out, and then obviously that ruined his race, unfortunately. But Coutinho can't get away from Toincoin as a DRS. But and Adam can't make a move still. Patuka's now onto the rear of Adam, so is Massiet going to catch up to this train now? I'm actually curious when the gap's going to start dropping now between the top two. Because Mo is just going to be like pushing his hardest and trying to save the tyres at the same time. As it's been proven, this track is like one of those tracks basically you need to have your pace and your tyre management up, or you're going to lose this race. But Coutinho still can't get away from the guys behind him, who are going to have DRS and stay on him.
There's yellow flags. That eat my dust. I think I had a little moment there in the middle sector. So he's managed to keep it going. He's managed to keep it going. He's currently down in P13, 11 seconds. Behind Champ. The gap now out in front 3.6 seconds, with Coutinho trailing only 4 seconds behind Jerko Balgos, but he could just about get Toincoin out of DRS. We'll have to wait and see how he takes this next corner. Is he going to manage it? You've got Ferret right up the rear of Libba now, and it looks like Coutinho's actually got Toincoin out of DRS, so he might come under pressure here from the Williams of Lecala, and Patuka making a bit of contact there on the rear of Libba now. They're all actually closing very, very close behind the Red Bull, very deep on the brakes, but not for this lap.
Emery gets past Massief for P8.
Libba now using his ERS at the moment. Is he going to try and have a little move up the inside? I don't think he's got enough straight line speed to do that, but you can see quite a few of these cars are derating at the moment. Toincoin losing a lot of speed down the straight. That's going to be absolute music to Coutinho's ears as he looks to finish on the podium for the first time this season. You've also got Captain Emre and Massiek, who are very close now on the track, occupying P8 and P9, only half a second separating those two, and the gap out in front has stabilized over the last few laps, so it'll be interesting to see how that's going to start to come down now between now and lap 27.
Yeah, obviously, I was just saying it's nearly 4 seconds now. As yellow, he might just again in the middle sector. So he's not having a great time. He's now dropped to last place, unfortunately. But as you said, Coutinho is checked out now. So he's got away from DRS and just pulling away. But now the guys behind him need to get past him if they're going to have a chance to take Coutinho's P3. But Jericho, I don't know if he's either backing up or he isn't going full throttle yet. Because Mo HD is doing really good on 7 lap old softs.
Remember, I think 2 of those laps were under the safety car. But I think what is going to happen is between lap...
Toincoin and outside! And Toincoin just comes across him to shut the move down.
This is not going to end well.
Yeah. Adam's having time! Adam's going to take him over the corner.
They're going to go 3 wide. They're going to go 3 wide. They're going to go 3 wide.
Adam backed out on the...
Patuka might make 3 positions in one corner. The Ferrari having a little look up the inside of Toincoin. Can he make it stick? No, he can't. Toincoin is putting on a very stout defense there in P4 at the moment, and he's not too far behind Coutinho as Libba now getting a little bit out of shape on the entrance to, I don't know what corner that is, but it's a very difficult left-hander. But Patuka managed to make up 2 places. He was the aggressor, and he made the move stick. He finds himself up now to P5. Can he himself get past Toincoin? He's going to have the DRS. Got a little bit of DRS to play with also.
But I'm going to keep an eye on the gap on the front now. It's at 4.1 now.
Interesting.
But this is when the lap times are going to start going up, like down for Mo HD. But now, obviously, Batuka, obviously, he could easily get into P. He could snatch a P4 way here.
He could actually take P3 as well. He's got good pace.
I know, and obviously, you never know what can happen with penalties. But the same with that, was a brave move by Batuka to go on the inside of that corner.
And are we about to see another brave move from the Ferrari driver? As you've seen so far, Toinkoen's been very aggressive defending. Is he going to be aggressive again? You can see a very late move to the left, and Batuka just blasts past down the straight. Toinkoen can't defend, but Lecala having a little sniff up the outside. You can see Libernau is also going to want to have an opportunity to regain the position that he lost as Toinkoen goes defensive to the inside, and Lecala is going to blast around the outside. So it looks like Toinkoen really struggling because he's got absolutely no ERS left whatsoever. He's used all of his battery, so he'll be an absolute sitting duck down the straights. But you can see all of these cars are derating at the moment. Now you've got Captain Emre only 0.3 of a second behind Libernau, so we've got fairly big battles now going on for what is only P4 at the moment. But we'll have to see if Batuka can bring all of these guys closer to Woutinho. You can see he's taking about a 10th out in the last sector. The gap out in front only 4.3 seconds. Can Mo HD hold on?
Yeah, Mo HD's increased it by 2/10. So his tyres aren't dead yet.
And Libernau.
Oh yeah, this is when Toinkoen's going to be under attack, obviously, because he's going to have to deal with Adam attacking and defending.
I think what's that gap now out in front? Now is where we're going to see Jericho surely having more pace than Mo HD. There we go.
3/10 are gone already in Sector 1.
Oh,
that's going to be close. We've got another 3 laps to go after this. But HD's got probably more of a downforce setup, so he's much better in the straights.
We'll watch that final sector. They're entering the final sector now, the leaders. So we'll watch when they get to the penultimate corner what the gap is. It's currently standing at 4 seconds. I quickly want to have a look at that ERS. And you can see they've both used quite a lot. But Jericho has been very aggressive trying to keep in range of Mo HD. So they're coming through the final sector now. The gap is 4 seconds.
Speaking of that, Batuka's got the gap down to under a second now.
And as I said there...
Yeah.
As I said there, in terms of Woutinho, Batuka's pulling these guys closer to him. And Jericho's only managing to... He's taken 2 attempts out of Mo in the last sector. So this is going to happen very, very quickly in the next couple of laps. It's going to have to come down by maybe about a second in the next lap, really, if Jericho wants to win this race. But Batuka, I don't think he got DRS. No, he didn't.
Not yet, but obviously he has been up as lightning pace. He's got 2 more laps to catch up to Coutinho. And
what you can see is all of these guys are derating.
Yes, apart from Mo HD. But the gap's now 3.6 now. So Jericho's much quicker in Sector 1, I feel like. But Mo HD probably has more of a downforce for speed. Because he pulls it slightly, keeps the gap going on the straights.
Yeah, I think he's probably got a bit more ERS at hand also. As you can see, Libernau is looking to finally get a move on Toinkoen, and I think he'll get it done here. Toinkoen's been defending very aggressively, fairly but aggressively. You can see he's got enough straight line speed to defend. I think he's got a bit more ERS to play with. Watch that gap between the top 2, currently 3.5 seconds. They're coming into the all-important final sector. There are only 2 laps remaining here in France. Who's going to take the win? Genuinely, I have no idea. Batuka's not managed to get close enough to...
And
somebody was in the pits.
He might just Murphy's pit for first toss. But Murphy, yeah, it's going to be thing. But this is to get 3.4 now. So, yeah, I think Mo HD is better in the straight. Oh, this is going to be interesting. We've got 2 more laps to go. The gap's now 3.3. And Batuka still can't get in the DRS range of Woutinho. So Woutinho is just keeping ahead of Batuka. And yellow flags for the car coming out of the pits. And let's see. I want to see how much time he gains in Sector 1 this time. He's gained 2 tenths in the first 2 corners. I think this could be game on for Jericho now. Yes,
he's going to have to take a lot of time out of him in this lap if he wants to get the race victory. It's going to have to be... It was down to 2.9 now.
He's called 4 tenths in 1 sector. 2.8. This could be close.
Yeah, Mo HD is struggling. Maybe if you want to ride on board with him, tell us what it looks like, at least from his point of view, whilst we watch this massive battle going on for P4. Still got Libinal stuck behind Toincoin on those hard tires. Is he going to finally make a move that will stick? It looks like up ahead, Lecala's struggling a little bit. Patuca still has just been hovering around that 1 second. Coutinho doing a brilliant job to keep him out of DRS. The gap out in front, 2.7 seconds. So Jericho's going to have a sector 3 of his life if he wants to win this race. And he's going to have to hope that Mo HD's tyres really do fall off a cliff massively. It doesn't look like they're going to go side by side through there. So we'll go on board with Jericho Balgos. Actually, we'll go on board with the current race leader who's got 30% and he gets a bit out of shape there. He got massively out of shape. That's going to cost him some time. You're going to see Jericho Balgos, the gap's going to drop now to 2 seconds. Can Mo HD keep it together? He's got one more lap left here of France to take his first victory of the season. The gap's 1.8 seconds. He's got 30% of BRS to play with. It's going to be all down to this, how quickly he's going to be able to get through turn 1 and turn 2. If he doesn't lose too much time, he may well just be able to salvage. You can see he's crawling around there.
Word.
So we'll go on board with Jericho Balgos. The gap now 1.7 seconds. He's closing corner by corner, and I think Mo's hands are going to be a little bit sweaty coming into the traction zone. You can see he's losing so much time at the moment. Those tires have absolutely no grip whatsoever. Those fronts will be absolutely screaming for life. They will not want to be out there on the track. It's 1.2 seconds. There's only 2 more straights to go. Can Mo HD hang on? He's got a bit of BRS to play with, but it's all going to come down to the final sector. You've still got Libinal behind Toincoin. He's not managed to get past the Aston Martin driver, but we're going to watch Mo HD. He might be entering puncture territory at the moment. You can see Jericho so much faster at the moment. He's going to be within 1 second, but it might just not be enough. But it depends on how he navigates his final sector. It's going to be very, very tricky with those front tires probably overheating and completely degrading here on lap 27. Only a few more corners to go. Can Mo HD keep it together? You can see his rear lights flashing. He's been using everything. He's pushed it to the limit, and there's only a few more corners to go before he may claim what would be an absolutely brilliant victory around France. And it looks like he's going to do it unless something crazy happens and Jericho gets a penalty. Jericho gets a penalty. He was pushing a bit too hard. Mo HD can relax a bit more now as Murphy does the fastest lap of the race. Jericho actually was going to get DRS, but Mo HD is going to come across the line and he's going to win the French Grand Prix. It was a brilliant finish there. Now we feel it down to Libinal as Massieg is pushing Captain Emery around the corner. Coutinho's going to take the final spot on the podium. Well done to him. He started P15, finished P3. Patuca coming across the line P4. As you can see, penalties changing up the order a little bit. Lecala P5, Libinal P6. Massiek P7, Captain Emery P8, Toincoin drops down to P9. It was a very good defense from him, but the penalty takes him down into P9. Bios takes the final points position. Unfortunately for Aldridge, the championship leader, it wasn't a race. It's not going to be a race to remember for him. He's not going to score any points. And for both McLarens, they're going to take the final spots.
Well, we were wrong about Mo HD.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, he pitted over. The softs were last. He managed to hold it off.
Yeah, Liam thought Jericho was going to win it. To be honest, I didn't think the softs would be able to do it.
I'm just going to take a point out of this session unless Murphy can beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, Mo, that is a very good drive from Mo. I must say, I didn't. He's got a puncture.
Who?
Mo has got a puncture.
Oh my god, he only had one more lap and his puncture would have happened. Oh my word.
Wow, he's got a puncture. So Mo HD finishes the lap. I'm not sure if he actually, I don't think he would have got it on the last lap. He must have got it literally just on that in lap coming around the first sector. But Mo HD gets a puncture on the lap after that. Well, fortunately for him, I was thinking he might get it the lap before, but fortunately he didn't. He managed to take the victory and driver of the day deservedly. Wow.
Oh, wow, that race is entertaining to the least.
That's actually hilarious. The fact that you got a puncture is wow.
Oh
okay.
my! Well, Jericho was not happy. Well, Tino came down the press conference apparently.
Yeah, he said something like that earlier.
Oh, wow, but Mo HD's gone from last place to winning the French Grand Prix, which is astounding.
That's crazy.
Jericho just couldn't get up to him. Unfortunately, he gets P2, and Coutinho gets his first podium of the season with P3 with control drive. Patuca P4 just couldn't get to Coutinho's door again. Then Nakaka Libidao, Massier, Emery, Toincon, and Boyos ran up the points. Then Agri gets a point for fastest lap. Champ, Murphy, Eat My Dust, Miguel, Ferret, Jesper.
He actually started last. To be honest, I said that somebody outside the top 10 will finish on the podium. I didn't think they'd win the race.
Well, let's just say Adam's already happy right now.
Really.
Well, look in the F2 chat. Let's say he's not in the bestest mood right now. Well, that's to say it lightly. But all I'm going to say is I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of reports about one driver. Oh, hello. Well, that was entertaining.
Wait, can I ask, when did you get the puncture? Was it on on the last, so after the last lap, or did you get it coming out the last corner?
No, it's after the finish line.
Okay.
Oh my god!
I didn't even realize that there was a puncture, basically.
So you got it on the first corner on the oh my word.
I didn't even see that, actually. I mean, once I got past the finish line, I was like, my job is done here. So, 72%, I think, or 73% on the left tire. That basically, I think the one that went out.
Oh my. Okay. So all I'm gonna say, the F2 chat's blown up. Everyone's watching.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I mean, finally, that qualifying ban is like a blessing in disguise.
Oh, you had a quali ban.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're welcome. Well, you can say a thank you to Niku now on stream.
Yeah.
Hello, and here you go. Here's Jericho P2. Just waiting for the join.
If this race was another lap, basically, would have
Yeah,
one more lap, bro. Man, I was watching the gap. It's like by lap 23, the gap wasn't coming down. I'm like, when's this tire's gonna die? I'm pushing so hard.
Yeah.
Actually, it started coming down basically aggressively on lap 26 once I crossed the 65%.
Yeah, no, yeah, you made a mistake on like lap 26, and I was
Yes.
like, wait, I could actually win this race, but I didn't get DRS on the back straight. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I lost it, but
Actually, I was keeping an eye on the gap because I was like, if you're losing your ERS, then I'm gonna keep you out of DRS.
yeah.
Once we came to the back straight, I was like, okay, this is 1.1 seconds. This is not good. So I deployed all the battery basically. I think lap 27 basically. I like got rid of the whole batteries.
I didn't
Yeah.
think you'd make those last. I was
Yeah,
like, no way, no way.
I
He's making
didn't
that
think he
last.
was going to make it
Jericho
either,
being
to be
Loki
honest.
said the same thing as well on the stream. Like, wait, why did you go for softs? Is what Loki said.
That's what I
basically.
said on my stream. I was like, Mo's gonna go for hards here. Mo's gonna go for hards here. Puts on softs. I'm like, what's he doing?
When I saw you come into the pit, I was like, okay, if he stayed on his old mediums, I'm gonna go into hards. Your mediums are gonna deteriorate towards the end. But I was like, when I saw you come into the pit, I was like, okay, with the hards, I've got no chance basically. So I went to the softs. I was like, I've got nothing to lose, you know. Either win it or lose it, you know. I'm not interested in the P2 or P3. So.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Oh, it was. I heard you got a puncture like the first corner of the cooldown lap or something like that.
Yes.
Oh, no way. One more lap.
Yeah, Mo, this is just like going to say Jericho, like, you lost the race to me.
Oh.
I know, but Jericho, that was an absolutely mighty drive, though, obviously, in the last 3 laps to get that close to him.
Yeah, I mean, I got a penalty, but like, it was.
I know, it shows how
It
hard
didn't
you were
really
pushing.
matter. Yeah, it didn't really matter at that point. I didn't get past them on the main straight, but damn, that was close. That was close.
Okay, so I'm guessing we can start with you, Jericho. Obviously, you're getting pole position here today, so that's another point for your championship.
Yeah.
Obviously, and then I've got to quickly get the stands up now so I can actually see where you are, unless we load them really quickly. But how did you feel about coming in today's race?
I felt great. I knew a 28.7. I done a 28.7 earlier in a practice qualifying. I felt good for the race. So I was quite confident, especially like the first couple of laps. I don't know what happened. Like so many people spun behind me. I had like a 5-second gap after 5 laps. I was like, everything's going well. Pit stop, everything was fine. Got past everyone. Safety car comes out. I'm like, okay, yeah, Mo's gonna go hard. Should be an easy race. Goes on soft. I'm like, oh no.
But
My original plan was actually to push the softs to like lap 18 because I've run the simulations offline, and then I was like, I can jump with the softs by the end of lap 18 Yeah, but then the safety car just picked it up. At the beginning, I was like, shit. I mean, I don't need this now. It messes up my plan. And then I went to do the softs. I was like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, no, cause I was like, if I was doing like the last sector when the safety car came out, I was doing some thinking. It's like if Mo goes on the hards, old mediums would be slower than the hards if I didn't pit, but then I pit for fresher mediums, and then yeah, just
Actually, the restart, I was like, on purpose, I pulled it all the way to the finish line, basically, because I didn't want to give anybody a toe there.
yeah,
Yeah, because I knew basically that that will shorten the gap, and I was like, I need to build this gap as soon as possible before my tires say bye-bye to me.
Okay,
yeah.
I would see the standings right now, but they are so glitched I can't read who's who.
Oh man, I've got so unlucky these past races. I just can't even get a win.
Well, okay, so
The first one was bad with the whole
USA was bad. China, I got knocked. I got T-boned.
safety car. Yeah,
Yeah, I got T-boned in China. Austria, I just had a bad race and can't even remember the
same
other one.
here actually. I rear-ended you at one point basically, and
mm,
I had to go to the pits. And then I think Brazil basically, I think he got stuck in a train of cars. I think was it?
Oh, I wasn't there for Brazil.
Yeah, I mean he was leading the train of cars. So I mean, this time he can't blame me. He got P3. So I mean, he can't say that. I screwed up his race already. So this is good as well.
oh, but so Jericho, what was your first view when the safety car came out? Obviously, since you were on hards at the time, and you
I was on
obviously were
mediums.
behind. Oh no, yeah, completely forgot about
Yeah.
that. What was your view when basically you found out the safety car came out? And how far more was ahead of you?
Um, I knew if Mo pitted, he'd probably come out ahead of me if I didn't pit. So I was kind of like, do I want to pit? But like, I was like, I had a fresh set of mediums, so I was like, I'll go for mediums because old mediums at the end of the race would be slower than older hards. Because my mediums would be like what 18 laps by the end of the race. So I was like, I'll pit for a fresh set of mediums. Everyone else behind me pit for a fresh set of mediums, bar your teammate Toin Coin. Um, and I was like, oh no, they're gonna do some Red Bull crap on me just to keep me behind. Yeah.
Like to tell him that, oh, I'm gonna actually pull it all the way to the finish line, you know? Because I mean, I saw you actually pulling alongside him, and I was like, okay, if I don't do this now, pull a gap ahead, I mean, then you're gonna stick with me somehow, and yeah, that's not gonna be good. But
Yeah.
definitely, he's been an excellent help in this race.
Yeah.
Imagine if he wasn't there, we could have gotten like a cleaner run on, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
but
question from me to Mo. So, congratulations on your victory. I think the first question, or my question for you is: so the last, obviously, from the safety car restart to the end of the race, did you think, firstly, that you'd be able to win the race? And if you did, what kind of lap were you thinking that your tires would basically stop working?
To speak the truth, even for the tires to die off after I crossed the finish line, I didn't expect that. Because I realized that it's around 7% deck every lap. And I was like, when I ran the simulation, when I put at the end of lap 18, we had like 63% deck. So I was like, okay, then add another 14% for the extra two laps. That's 78. And I realized that I'm not even reaching 78. I was like, okay, 72, 70%. But the more I tried to push the tires,
Yeah, the
I
overheating.
realized that okay, those tires towards like I would say the end of lap 25, the car would get squirmy basically, and I was like, okay, continuous spin, but I never expected that it will actually die after the finish line. I was like maybe 72%, you know. I was like, okay, I still have like another half lap to go or something. So
Oh.
especially in China, I think he pushed his tires to like 85.
That's what I thought would happen. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah,
And
I
like
literally
13
said it
laps
in
is like,
stream.
because I had like 65 by like the end of lap 9 is like, why, he got 13, 14 laps plus a bit under the safety car. Surely he's not making this. And he actually made it just about.
Jericho, I didn't even want to warm up my tires because every time
You
they
didn't want to
shut
wear
down,
them? Yeah,
exactly, I
yeah.
swear, you're like you see 1% goes off, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
yeah,
no. I struggled to warm up my tires and going through turn 1, I'm just going wide. I'm like, oh no. Yeah.
No, I mean I'm pretty
Yeah, I was in DRS at that point. Yeah.
Exactly. That sector one, I think turn one and two. I wouldn't say you were gaining much on me, but then the next couple of
Yeah,
turns,
the
I
right,
was
left, right. Yeah, yeah,
I was losing tons of time.
yeah.
I JJ, look at the standings.
Yeah, they'll glitch out the fix now.
No, I don't know. Look what Coutinho put next to his name.
Oh, I saw that. I'm like, for God's sake.
Yeah, but okay, so what? My final question to both of you. I think there's only two people. I don't think Coutinho couldn't join, so it's both of you. So obviously next time out is
Thank God for that.
Spain. How
Looking
do you
forward.
feel about how do you feel about Spain? Do you like the track? Are you looking forward to it?
I quite like the track, in my opinion, except the last sector. I'm just.
Well, who doesn't like that last sector is the better question.
Yeah.
I like it.
No, I mean it's a nice track, definitely. But I would say that most of the time I gear my setups towards a good race.
Same.
Spain, I think it's a tire killer, I believe, for the left tire.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
so I mean, I mean, whatever setup you go with, you'll have to keep an eye on that. But overall, good ride in terms of the race. But it's one of those tracks where you see people come up with ridiculous time lapse sometimes. That I would say I still have a way to go there. So I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you can ask the victor of the Spanish Grand Prix who's right here. I wonder who it is.
Yeah, that's
No, it's basically low key because he won 2 seasons ago in the wet race.
yeah, that was amazing.
Oh.
But yeah, so obviously Jericho, now you're what 10 points behind Aldridge. You had a fairly torrid race.
Okay.
So what do you think? Obviously, I know there's been quite a few races where you've had a lot of I'll say unlucky events. So
Yeah.
obviously USA,
China.
yeah, China.
Before the stream
So
cut out, that was so funny.
yeah, exactly. I don't even know how that finished still, but what do you think about your championship prospects? You think it's still something that you're aiming for the title, or
We've got a while to go. How many races? Like
long way to go?
13, 14? Yeah,
Yeah,
just at
three,
this point, it's
6,
just consistency. Just need to
12.
not minimize the bad races, make sure to keep scoring in the points. It's the
Well,
best thing I can do right now.
I was gonna say, obviously, so 11 points, and then a MoHD is currently now up to P11 now. Yeah, but you're only 25 points off first, so you never know what can happen.
Yeah, it's quite close.
Up till March 26, you will see like those good races and so on, and you'll see my pace is good. But then on March 26 onwards, you'll see my pace dropping. The thing is, I'm gonna be actually away from home for like 17 days, so I won't have access to my rig. And
Oh.
Oh.
I'll enjoy this while it lasts, you know. But I mean, I don't think I'm in this for the champ. I mean, unless I master the controller somehow. I don't know.
Well, ask Loki, who's a specialist, the controller also.
Yeah, I'm a pad merchant.
Well, because we can't afford wheels, that's why.
Yeah,
Well, unless you've got anything else to Loki. Yeah, exactly. Unless you've got anything else to ask, I think we can end this to Loki, I guess.
No, I'm good. So what I'll say is yes. So thank you guys for joining us. It was an entertaining race and finish. Next time out, obviously tomorrow's the French Grand Prix F1, so be sure to join us. I still need to do a bit more practice for that myself. Looking for a good result. And then next week, obviously with F2, we'll be back in Spain. Myself and JJ, I believe. So yes, have a good week, and hopefully we'll see you. Well, first we'll see you guys tomorrow, and then we'll see you guys next week.
Sweet, thank you.